people ask me about where I live, they usually don't know where it is, or they tell me that they've never heard of it. Well, according to Google Maps, driving from our campus to El Sereno is only 5 minutes. El Sereno is the oldest community in Los Angeles. Most of my family is from there. My father grew up there, I grew up there, and most of my family from my mother's side lives a block away from me. I feel that living here has given me the credibility to talk about my community. So throughout my speech, I will be talking about the community of El Sereno. I will talk about when it was founded, then I will discuss some important events that have happened, and finally I will talk about the future of this community. So, El Sereno was officially founded in 1917, making it the oldest community in Los Angeles. According to the authors of the El Sereno Historical Society, last updated on 2018, website states, quote, in the 1770s, a Native American village of Otsunga lived in what is now El Sereno. It was later named Rancho Rosa de Castilla by Juan Ballesteros, who was granted this land in 1831. The area was then passed on to the Batts family in 1852, end quote. With the death of Juan and Catalina Batts, the land was left and divided among their 6 children. And after about 106 years, that land was left alone and undeveloped until the Baird brothers came along. George Baird, one of the brothers, bought most of the land to develop it with housing tracts. So housing tracts, it's kind of it's just a type of housing development. Soon after, the people just started to settle in what was known as Bairdstown, and after a while, the area was later annexed and officially renamed to El Sereno. According to Mike Somskin, a professor at Woodbury University, stated in his article on February 29, 2016, that, quote, of 36 adobes built in California, the land that is now Cal State LA is where the original adobe once was. The original adobe home where the Batts family lived was destroyed in a fire in 1908, end quote. In 1991, Cal State LA dedicated a plaque to recognize that the site is where one of the original adobes once was, and to honor the Batts family who helped establish the Rancho Rosa de Castilla. So I just finished talking about the history of El Sereno and when it was founded. Next I'll be talking about some important events. So El Sereno developed many things along the years. Many businesses opened, especially during the 50s. Places like the Cameo Theater and the Besh's Department Store and the Department of Water and Power building, which is still on Eastern Avenue to this day. Schools such as El Sereno Middle School and Woodrow Wilson High School was also developed. In 1947, the opening of Los Angeles State College, which is Cal State LA, was a major thing since it was the first university to open since the University of California. It worked out for new students since the University of California was full with other students. Cal State LA has always been a part of California State is a community part of the University Hills, but to El Sereno it has always been considered to be a part of the community. So El Sereno has an annual 4th of July parade show that happens every year. It started in 1983, so people line up on both sides of Eastern Avenue to watch the show and enjoy it. And basically it features firefighters, police officers, many more, even including the council member, Jose Huizar. El Sereno also has its own day. The Los Angeles City Council declared it on June 30th, and it's called El Sereno Day. So all this information was acquired from the El Sereno Historical Society. So I just finished discussing some important events that have happened. Next I'll be talking about the future of this community. So, El Sereno has many events happening, and the number of events continues to grow each and every year. So they have events such as the Vision for Ramona Gardens and the East Side. They also have an upcoming Dia de los Muertos festival in October. So, and they also have cleanups every first of the month. And they just have future projects that they're gonna currently be focusing on. So since the completion of the Soto Street project, which was a project to widen the whole street, according to Jose Huizar, a member of the Los Angeles City Council from the 14th District, stated on his website, quote, "Now we're focusing on making Eastern Avenue safer, more accessible, and a nicer experience for pedestrians, bikes, and cars," end quote. Through his community planning meetings, he has the opportunity of meeting with people and hearing their feedback. Another thing that the El Sereno community plans on installing is a pedestrian bridge from Alhambra Lombardi to Valley Boulevard. El Sereno plans on doing many things in the near future to make the community better. So, El Sereno, I just talked about the future of the community, and now I'm just going to conclude. So El Sereno has endless projects and projects and improvements in which need to be completed. But for now, I think what I said needs to be said about El Sereno. So let's wrap this up. First, I talked about the history of El Sereno. Then I talked about some important events that have happened, and finally, I talked about what needed to be completed. Okay. Now that you've heard my speech, I hope you've learned more about this community of El Sereno. El Sereno may mean serene and quiet, but the love and passion I have for my community is much louder. Thank you.